Thank you for joining me today as we discuss how to guide a trustee in the exercise of their distribution powers and responsibilities. Our legal team sets up a lot of trust for our clients. One of the major questions that anyone has when setting up a trust is, how do we make sure that the trustee operates the trust as we intended when we created it? Well, it's as simple as laying out a roadmap for that trustee to follow. If you fail to provide the trustee with guidance and very clear statements of intent and purpose, there is low probability that the trust will have the positive influence in the lives of the beneficiaries as you had hoped it would. So let me introduce you to a term we use when referring to trustees we help set up: generational trustee. A generational trustee is one who invests as much time and energy in the exercise of the distribution discretion as the trustee spends on the investment management and trust administration responsibilities. Ideally, a generational trustee will serve as both a mentor and accountability partner to the beneficiaries. In many senses, the generational trustee will serve as both the alter ego of a wise and loving parent, but because the positive influence of a generational trustee is most strongly felt during and after the beneficiary's journey to becoming an individual, the generational trustee approaches their role as a parent figure. They actually demean the role if they just become best friends with the beneficiary. Too many trustees function like an ATM machine. The beneficiary shows up, types in the proper code, and the trustee dispenses the required cash unless the request exceeds the limit set by the trust. A generational trustee who wants to make a purposeful distribution asks two questions. Number one, is this distribution consistent with the purposes of the trust? And two, how can I make and monitor this distribution so I enhance the prospects that the beneficiary will not become dependent on the trust, but will instead maximize the positive impact of this distribution? Here's a comparison. You wouldn't drop off your children with a babysitter for a week without providing the babysitter with instructions and helpful background. The purpose of creating the roadmap for the trustee is to provide the guidelines for which the trustee needs to have the most impact in carrying out the duties that you've given to him or her. Such guidance is invaluable. In the related content section, there is a document entitled Roadmap to Guide My Trustee. In this document, we've set up categories and items in those categories. Now, there's no right or wrong answer or selection. The purpose of this exercise is to illustrate the scope of the instructions or directions that you can give to your trustee. We cover 9 main distribution categories: health, education, living expenses and support, buying a home, expanding a business, paying off a debt or judgment, doing good work in the world and making gifts to charities, farm, recreation and vacations, personal growth, walkabout, sabbaticals. This is the type of instruction blueprint our clients are confident that the trustee will carry out their wishes and the intent of the creation of the trust. Many of our clients have existing trusts that we've either helped modify if the trust was revocable, or we actually sometimes replace an underperforming instrument with one that fulfills their needs and conforms to their wishes. So, if you'd like to continue this discussion on a more personal level, there's a link to book a time for a conversation with me. I encourage you to take the first step because it all begins with a conversation. Pick a time and let's have that conversation now. Then I'll bring in our legal and tax team to help continue the discussion. I also encourage you to take the quiz in the related content section to see if you and your family could benefit from working with a family office. In the recommended content section, there's a document to see if American Wealth Strategist is that family office. So again, I want to thank you for watching today. I hope the information has been helpful, and I look forward to talking with you real soon.